Hello. I was talking to my uncle today, and he mentioned something that I hadn't heard about. Surprisingly, I usually pay attention to this sort of stuff. He was listening to the radio, and he heard something about this new Department of Homeland Security memo that had been circulating in different state government agencies, and I wasn't sure what to make of it. So I looked it up and I checked it out, and sure enough, it's here. And this is a little frightening. Now, as usual, I'm going to put the link in the normal place, and I'm going to read a couple of key points on here for you, but I'm not gonna absorb myself reading. I mean, you can read it for yourself, so I don't want to waste your time reading it for you. And I want to kind of segue into a little video I threw together for this, and let's just get on with it, shall we? So let's get rolling. This here is okay. Now it's unclassified. It is and it's put out by the Office of Intelligence and Analysis Assessment, Department of Homeland Security. It's entitled Right-Wing Extremism, Current Economic and Political Climate Fueling Resurgence in Radicalization and Recruitment. And the scary thing about this is is starting to really cut into the realm of free speech and social dissidence and protesting, and I think more specifically Tea Party demonstrations that will be going on tomorrow, well, today, depending on when I finish this video and get it uploaded, more than likely today. So let's go into the key findings here. Alright, the DHS Office of Intelligence and Analysis has no specific information that domestic right-wing terrorists are currently planning acts of violence. Now, I have a problem with that right from the get-go, because by labeling somebody a terrorist, you would assume that they are intending to commit violence in order to promote a political or a religious agenda. So how you can label somebody a right-wing terrorist when you openly admit there's no specific information that a person or group is planning on committing acts of violence? How is that person a terrorist? Doesn't make any sense. Kind of a little strange double talk going on there. But anyway, let's continue. One of the things that they are focused on are people who are mentioning, express a lot of concern about the current economic climate. Some whack jobs that might be upset that our current president is black, which, to be quite honest with you, isn't an issue, because most of the people I talk to, with a few exceptions, like I said, there's some fringe people out there and crazy people just haven't moved into this century yet. Nobody ever brings up the ethnicity of Barack Obama that I talk to. Nobody of any credibility or really has anything meaningful to say bring up anything like that. It's not relevant. That's not what they're focused on. They're focused on our current economic situation right now, with the bailouts and the stimulus package and AIG diverting billions of dollars into overseas interests when they were supposed to be investing it in our infrastructure here in the States. Things like that. Those are the things that are being talked about, not the president's skin color. And anybody that is bringing that up has nothing better to do, and they're not really genuinely concerned about the overlying issues. So let's move on here. Okay, like I said, economic. The current economic and political climate has some similarities to the 1990s, when right-wing extremism experienced a resurgence fueled largely by an economic recession, criticism of the outsourcing of jobs, and the perceived threat to U.S. power and sovereignty by foreign powers. Alright, so according to this memo, anybody who's lost their job because of outsourcing to other countries is now considered a potential risk to the United States government. Why? Because somebody has an opinion and somebody's experienced something firsthand as a failed domestic policy that has to do with job creation and job growth. Now that they have an opinion about it, and a legitimate grief at that, they are being labeled as extremists, right-wing extremists, because they lost a job due to our failed domestic policy. Okay. Again, let's continue on. Alright, the possible passage of new restrictions on firearms and the return of military veterans. This is the fucked up thing right here. Pardon my language, but this is what really pisses me off.